Do you know what makes a woman think about you when you're not around? It's not your looks. It's not your money. And it's definitely not texting her every morning like a desperate puppy. If you do, she's probably rolling her eyes while another guy who barely texts her takes up all her mental space. The truth is this: women notice men who create moments that stick with them, moments that make them smile without knowing why, moments that make them wonder, why isn't she chasing me? That's what separates the average man from the man she can't stop thinking about. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to become that man. No games, no fake strategies, just tactics that work in the real world of modern dating. I'm talking to you, the man who's tired of being ignored, the man who's sick of watching women get distracted by men who don't even put in the effort. You have value. You have a purpose, and now is the time for her to notice. The steps I'm about to break down aren't complicated, but they do require you to understand something important. Women don't miss the easy stuff. They miss what makes them feel alive, seen, and understood. Imagine her mind replaying the last time she laughed so hard with you, the last moment she felt a genuine connection. Therein lies the power. You're not just present, you're planting memories, emotional hooks, and an irresistible curiosity. She'll start thinking about you when you're gone, not because you forced her, but because you created a presence she can't ignore. In the following sections, I'll teach you 5 proven ways to make her feel your absence. From planting mental memories to creating a life she actually wants to be a part of, each tactic is designed to make her feel that magnetic pull toward you. You'll learn how to give just the right amount, how to disappear strategically, and how to keep her intrigued by that man she can't quite figure out. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand how to make her miss you, but you'll become the kind of man who naturally makes women think about him, desire him, and chase him without even trying. So pay attention, because what I'm about to show you will change the way women see you, not just today, but long after this video ends. 1. Emotional hooks. If you want a woman to miss you, you need to make her feel something she can't forget. Women don't remember every word you say, but how you made them feel. That's where emotional hooks come in. It's not about grand gestures or fancy gifts. It's about creating moments that stick in her mind and make her smile, laugh, or even blush long after you're gone. Think about the last time you had a conversation with a woman that made her laugh so hard she couldn't catch her breath, or when you said something that made her feel truly understood. That's the kind of energy that plants mental memories. Every inside joke, prank, or nickname that only the two of you share becomes a trigger she can't get out of her head. When she hears that song, sees that place, or even thinks about that moment, she immediately comes back to you. It's not complicated, but most men completely overlook it. They focus on superficial things, constantly texting, checking in on her, or over-explaining. None of that creates a hook. Emotional hooks work because they tap into her memory and feelings. Even a brief moment can be unforgettable if conveyed the right way. Here's how. Be fully present when you're with her. Don't just nod or check your phone. Listen to her. Really listen. Notice what matters to her, the things that make her laugh, the stories she tells with a twinkle in her eye. React in a way that shows you see her, not just her words. Tease her playfully, challenge her a little, make her feel alive in your presence. Those little sparks are what she'll remember later. Another tip, connect emotionally without going overboard. Share a story about yourself, something personal but not heavy. Show her a side of you she hasn't seen in others. By the time you leave, she should feel like she's just had a moment she can't replicate anywhere else. That's the hook. Even the simplest gestures can work if they have emotional weight. Perhaps it's the way you look at her while she's talking, the way you make her laugh until her cheeks hurt, or how you notice something about her that no one else sees. That attention creates connection, and connection creates absence. Because when you're not there, she'll feel that missing part. You don't need to force it. Don't try to be overly witty or theatrical. Just focus on the moments that matter. Moments that make her feel alive, noticed, and happy. That's enough. Emotional hooks are invisible, but they're incredibly strong. They plant memories she can't help but return to. Remember, the goal isn't to manipulate or deceive her. It's to provide her with experiences she associates with you. That way, when you're not around, her mind will return to those memories. She'll start missing the laughter, the attention, how you make her feel. And once she starts missing that, she starts thinking about you without even realizing it. Emotional hooks are the foundation of lasting attraction. If you succeed, he'll still be thinking about you long after you're gone. 2, give her a taste, then back off. One of the biggest mistakes men make is giving it their all at once. They think being always available, sharing every detail of their life, or being overly enthusiastic will make a woman stay. That's not the case. Women lose interest when there's nothing more to discover. If you want her to miss you, you have to give her a taste of your world and then back off. Here's how it works. When you're with her, be fully present. Make her laugh, make her feel special, make her feel like she's the only woman in the room. Share experiences she'll remember, deep eye contact, playful banter, or a story about you that most people don't know about. Give her the whole you, but only in the moments that matter. That's the taste she craves. Then, when it's time to back off, do it strategically. You're not ignoring her, punishing her, or completely ignoring her. You're simply creating space. That space makes her notice the difference between having you around and not having you around. Create longing. Dopamine plays a pivotal role. When you convey positive emotions, her brain releases dopamine. When you walk away, that dopamine decreases and her brain begins searching for the source. That source is you. Think of it this way. Your favorite dessert wouldn't be special if you ate it every day. The craving stems from absence. The same principle applies to attraction. By providing moments that excite her and then allowing her to experience the contrast of your absence, you create an internal attraction she can't resist. This isn't about playing games. It's about understanding human nature. Women remember how you make them feel, not the amount of time you spent together. Make the moments count and then let her reflect on them. She'll find herself mentally replaying your interactions, noticing details she didn't appreciate while they were happening. That repetition breeds attachment. Another key, be consistent with quality, not quantity. Every interaction should leave a mark. Don't waste energy on small talk or meaningless conversation. Focus on memorable, fun, and emotionally engaging experiences. Make your presence a highlight she looks forward to, and your absence something she immediately notices. Done right, this tactic makes you hard to replace. She'll start looking forward to the next interaction, curious about what you'll do or say, and thinking about you between interactions. This yearning isn't forced. It's natural, built on the emotions you've shared and the space you've wisely created. Remember, taking a taste and stepping back is about control, presence, and restraint. You're teaching her to value your time and energy. You're building anticipation, and anticipation is one of the strongest drivers of desire. 3, build a life worth missing. If you want a woman to miss you, your life has to be interesting without her. If your days are filled with just checking social media, waiting for her messages, or binge-watching TV shows, she won't feel any urgency or curiosity about you. She won't miss you. She'll barely notice your absence. Women are attracted to men with purpose, ambition, and experiences that propel them toward a life they want to be a part of. Start by building momentum in your life. This could mean going to the gym regularly, advancing in your career, learning new skills, or traveling to places that excite you. It could also mean cultivating meaningful friendships or participating in hobbies that challenge and inspire you. The goal isn't to show off, but to live a life full of energy and movement, something she'll naturally want to have around her. By doing this, you're not just creating attraction, you're creating depth. You're creating stories she wants to hear, experiences she wants to share, and moments she wants to be a part of. Every step you take outside of her presence increases your value in her eyes. She begins to notice your absence because she feels the difference between her world and yours. Women notice men with a mission. A focused, motivated, and constantly improving man becomes magnetic. They don't miss men who expect them to give their lives meaning. They miss men whose life already has momentum. Think about it. There are 2 men she could interact with. One is always available with little to do other than spend time with her. The other is busy, growing, experiencing, and creating stories worth sharing. Who do you think she'll miss more when he's gone? It's obvious. Living a life worth missing also naturally creates opportunities to connect mentally and share moments. When you're constantly experiencing new things, you have stories to tell, experiences to relive, and moments that leave an indelible mark. That energy becomes addictive. Not only will she miss you, but she'll miss how your presence makes her feel alive, stimulated, and excited. The key is consistency. Keep growing. exploring, and surpassing yourself. Your absence takes on meaning because your presence is already extraordinary. She instantly notices the difference. She feels the emptiness without you, and that's where desire and curiosity flourish. Remember that building a life worth missing isn't about impressing her, but about being the best version of yourself. The more fulfilling your life is, the more naturally she'll want to be a part of it, and the more she'll notice your absence. Your growth is magnetic, and your absence only amplifies her attraction. 4. Strategic absence. Most men unwittingly ruin attraction by being too available. They think being there all the time proves their value. It doesn't. Being there all the time makes you predictable, ordinary, and easy to replace. If you want a woman to miss you, you need to create strategic absence. Strategic absence isn't about ignoring her or playing games with her. It's about showing her you have a life she can't just barge in on a whim. When you pull away, she starts to notice the difference. She starts to wonder what you're doing, who you're with, and why you're not responding right away. That curiosity fuels desire, and desire is what makes her think about you even when you're not there. Here's how to do it. Don't drop everything for her. Prioritize your hobbies, your work, your friends, and your commitments. If she asks you out and you're really busy, don't cancel or rearrange anything just to please her. That doesn't make you a jerk. It makes you a man with a purpose. She'll respect that, even if she doesn't say so outright. Another important tip, limit instant replies. You don't have to respond to every message right away. Take your time to reply, especially when you're really busy. This communicates to her that your time is valuable and not dictated by anyone else's agenda. Women notice men who respect themselves and their time. Strategic absence also gives her space to reflect on the experiences you've shared. When she's alone, her mind will revisit the times you made her laugh, the conversations that mattered, and the connection she felt with you. That reflection creates longing. She misses the energy, attention, and moments that only you provide. Think of it this way. People value what they can't always have. If you're always there, she starts to take you for granted. When you withdraw, you become scarce, and scarcity has great pulling power. It makes her pay attention, notice the small details, and begin to appreciate you more. Ultimately, strategic absence creates tension, not the uncomfortable kind, but the magnetic kind. She begins to wonder, anticipate, and long for your next move. That tension keeps you constantly on her mind. She begins to look for ways to reconnect, to figure out what you're doing, and to reassure herself that she hasn't lost her place in your life. The men women miss aren't the easy ones to catch, but the ones remembered because their absence is felt. When you master strategic absence, you control the dynamic without saying a word. She begins to chase the energy, the presence, and the moments that only you can provide. 5. Keep the mystery alive. One of the quickest ways to kill attraction is to be completely transparent too soon. If she knows everything about you in the first week, there's nothing left to discover. Women are naturally drawn to mystery, not because they enjoy playing games, but because curiosity is addictive. The man she can't fully decipher becomes the man she can't stop thinking about. Keeping certain layers is key. You don't have to share every detail of your life, every plan, or every thought. Let her discover things about you over time. Drop hints instead of full stories. Share part of an accomplishment or goal, but leave the ending for later. Mention plans without giving away the whole picture. Every little mystery raises questions in her mind, and questions keep her thinking about you. Even the smallest details can generate intrigue. Maybe it's a hobby she doesn't know about yet, a hidden skill, or a story from your past. Show her glimpses, but don't reveal everything. Let her curiosity grow naturally. Women love to piece things together, and when they do it in your favor, your presence stays alive in her mind long after you're gone. Another aspect is your social energy. Don't overexpose yourself online or share every moment on social media. Keep parts of your life private. When she sees glimpses into your world, she'll want more. That mystery draws her in and creates a need to discover who you really are. Mystery also stems from how you interact in person. Don't over-explain or justify your actions. Respond with confidence, leave space in conversations, and allow for pauses. Silence can be powerful. When you talk less, you make her work a little to understand you, which encourages mental interaction. Finally, remember that mystery isn't about being suspicious or manipulative. It's about holding back enough so she wants to explore and pique her curiosity. It's the balance between showing her enough to connect with you and holding back so she wants wants more. That longing becomes yearning, and yearning becomes thinking about you even when you're not around. When you master mystery, you cease to be predictable. You become an effortless attention getter, someone whose absence sparks questions, desire, and anticipation. She doesn't just miss you, she wants to discover you, and that attraction, that curiosity, is one of the most powerful ways to keep you in her thoughts long after your time together is over. Mystery is subtle, yet incredibly effective. Every unanswered question, every clue, and every hidden layer keeps her mind returning to you again and again. Women crave enigmas, and when you present yourself as one, you remain on her mind. 6. Create emotional memories. If you want a woman to miss you, you need to give her experiences that last. It's not just about dates or gifts, but moments that make her feel unforgettable. Women remember feelings more than events, and when you create emotional memories, she associates them with you. Those memories draw her in, even when you're not there. Start with the small details. Make her laugh until her cheeks hurt. Tease her playfully. Notice the things others miss. Show her you're paying attention in ways that matter. A simple, well-timed compliment or remembering a small detail from a past conversation can make her feel acknowledged and valued. These are the sparks that turn into lasting impressions. Shared experiences matter too. Do things together that break the routine. Take her somewhere unexpected, share a hobby, or even challenge her in a fun way. Every time she steps out of her comfort zone with you, she associates excitement and growth with your presence. That emotional imprint lingers, creating longing when you're not around. Vulnerability also plays a role. Share a story about yourself that she can relate to, a challenge you've overcome, or a dream you're pursuing. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you human, relatable, and memorable. Women remember men who demonstrate depth because depth adds meaning to the connection. The combination of fun, challenge, and vulnerability creates a mix she won't forget. Timing is also important. Don't overdo it in any one meeting. Space out these emotional moments so she has time to process and reflect on them. When you step away after an intense interaction, she begins to relive those memories. Think about how you made her feel and anticipate the next moment she can experience with you. Even small gestures count. A look that communicates more than words, a message that makes her smile unexpectedly, or a memory related to a song or a place she visits. These are all invisible hooks that mentally draw her back to you. Remember, women miss men who leave an emotional mark. It doesn't matter if it's a shared laugh, a moment of connection, or a playful challenge. It's the emotional charge that creates the longing. The stronger the feeling, the stronger the attraction will be when you leave. Consistently create emotional memories and you'll notice the difference. She won't just think of you. She'll feel your absence. That feeling brings her back mentally, emotionally, and eventually physically. Emotional memories are invisible threads that connect her to you, and mastering them is one of the most effective ways to ensure she misses you. 7. Spark curiosity. One of the most powerful ways to make a woman miss you is to spark her curiosity. Women are naturally drawn to mystery and things they can't fully understand. If she feels she already knows everything about you, her interest quickly wanes. Curiosity keeps her thinking about you, wondering what you'll do next, and replaying moments in her mind. Start by sharing just enough to intrigue her, but never the full picture. If you're working on a project or pursuing a goal, drop hints, but leave her wanting more. Mention something exciting without explaining every detail. The unknown attracts her because she wants to discover it, and that thought process keeps you around long after you're gone. Another way to spark curiosity is through conversation. Don't over-explain or overshare. Let pauses do your part. Answer questions in ways that provoke further thought. Provoke her with playful comments that make her reflect. The key is balance. Give her enough to keep her interested, but hold back enough to make her want more. Even your lifestyle can pique her curiosity. You have habits, hobbies, or experiences she doesn't know about yet. When she sees glimpses into your world, she'll want to learn more. Women are attracted to men who are constantly growing, doing new things, and creating stories worth exploring. Curiosity makes your absence conspicuous because she's left wondering what you're doing, who you're with, or what you'll share next. Strategic storytelling works well here. Share stories in pieces rather than the full narrative. A fun or exciting experience can be told in a way that leaves her waiting for the rest. She'll replay it in her head, guessing the ending or imagining what might happen next. That mental interaction creates longing and keeps her thinking about you. Also, don't be predictable. Predictability kills curiosity. Vary your schedule, your energy, and your conversation topics. Introduce new experiences that keep her intrigued. You see, making a woman miss you isn't about trying too hard or following a complicated system. It's about creating a presence she notices, values, and remembers. When you focus on planting emotional hooks, giving a taste and taking a step back, building a life worth missing, creating a strategic absence, keeping the mystery alive, creating emotional memories, and sparking curiosity, you stand out from any other man she meets. Women naturally pay attention to men who make them feel alive, seen, and intrigued. When your life has depth, energy, and drive, she can't help but notice your absence. Your absence isn't empty. It's a reminder of all the moments, laughter, and energy she experienced with you. Every mental hook, every shared memory, every unanswered question keeps her thinking about you without her even realizing it. The men women miss are never the pushovers or the predictable ones. They're the ones who retain their value, live with purpose, and create experiences that leave a mark. These are the men who challenge, excite, and leave a bit of mystery. These are the kinds of men who occupy her thoughts even when life gets busy. So, if you want a woman to miss you, start by mastering these steps in your own life. Be intentional with your presence, strategic with your absence, and genuine in the energy you share. Build a life worth noticing, sharing, and longing for. When you do this consistently, her thoughts will naturally turn to you. Her curiosity will keep her engaged, and her desire to connect will grow stronger every day. This isn't about games or manipulation. It's about becoming the man who naturally commands attention, leaves a mark, and is remembered. When you adopt this mindset and put these tactics into practice, you're no longer chasing her. You create a presence she can't forget. This is how you get her to miss you, think about you, and even pursue you without you having to beg or try too hard.